What is up, guys? I thought I would give this YouTube thing a try and explain a little bit about how my boot camp experience was and how coronavirus has kind of affected it. So, I guess I'll just go ahead and start. So, I joined the Navy, the world's greatest Navy, August 27th of 2019. Then I was placed into the delayed entry program. If you're in it, yeah, it's kind of like whatever, but at the same time, you're learning a lot, and it's really going to get you prepared for boot camp because you're going to learn how to stand attention, parade rest, at ease, dressing off, things like that. So really be paying attention to those if your recruiter's going into depth about that because that's very key at boot camp. So, and definitely be learning your general orders, your chain of command, your rank and recognition, things like that. PFA standards, everything like that. You need to be up to date on all that. So it'll just make your life so much easier once you get to boot camp. So basically, I was in the DEP program, blah, blah, blah. Did that, reported once a month or so. Then February 3rd rolls around, ready to go to boot camp. Go to MEPS, if you're thinking about joining the military, you got to go through the military entrance deal at MEPS, do physicals, pick your job, make sure you're a qualified candidate for the military. And so basically you do that the first time, get your job, sign the contract, swear in, do all that fun stuff. And then you go back before you leave. They basically review all your information, make sure you are still enough in shape and everything, and make sure you are still qualified to go. So you do that, fly to Chicago O'Hare, and that's where it begins. You sit in Chicago O'Hare, wait for the buses to arrive with the petty officers, and it is a long wait because you do not know what to expect, and yeah. So you sit there in Chicago, wait, they come pick you up. They're not really yelling at this point yet, but you know it's coming. So you get on the buses, and you're driving to Great Lakes from Chicago. It is the longest bus ride of your life, even though it's only about 40 minutes. You're like, please take your time. But yeah, so you pull up to RTC. You don't even know because it's usually pitch black when they take people. And they're like, all right, get ready pretty much. Get ready to get off the bus. Chief comes on the bus. He's like, this side of the bus is going to get up and go first. This side, you guys got 2 minutes. Hurry up. So then you're running, and they come outside. They're already yelling at you, hurry up, hurry up. Everybody stand in line. And when you walk in there, they're going to have flags on the floor. Do not step on them flags. It will be a bad day for you. You have not earned the right to step on them flags that are on the floor. They're like on the tiles. So make sure you're on the sides of them or you're walking. There's like white tiles through them because they will chew you a new one. I know. So they're yelling at you, let you make your little 2-minute phone call. You do that and it begins. Get issued all your gear and you stand there till like 6 o'clock in the morning if you don't have a job assigned to you. If you can get a job, like to help people because they have people coming in all night, so they got to keep like restocking things. So obviously they're going to use recruits to stock things. So take that because if not, it's going to be a long night of standing there, and you're going to have to take a UA right when you get there too. So you might want to drink some water or something at the airport because if you don't, it's going to be a long day of people yelling at you to tell you to hurry up and pee. So you start that, easy day. You stay at the Pearl Harbor, the barracks. That's the first barracks you get to. So you stay there for a couple of days until your RDCs arrive, and they take over your division. And that's pretty easy. It's just really like tough because like the first day, you don't get any sleep, and you don't know what to expect and everything. So you're just so sleep deprived and stuff, and yeah, bad day. So basically you get through that and everything, your RDCs will finally get assigned to you. They'll show up, start yelling at you. but they can't beat you until you make it through P days. So P days is the first week, and that's not the week counted in your 8-week boot camp experience. So it's really about 9 weeks instead of 8 weeks. So yeah, but so you do P days, 5 days. It's like shots, medical, dental, PFA, your initial PFA, things like that. So the initial PFA is the last day of P days, and if you don't pass that, you're restarting with another division. So make sure you are physically ready to be there. It's all easy. You should be prepared for it. Like, even if you only have a month, like, just make sure you're getting that cardio in, because they're not going to ASMO you if you fail on your push-ups and sit-ups, but if you fail your run, pack your sea bag. And yeah, so basically then the division starts like doing like, then you start week 1. So you start learning like how to fold, make your bed, things like that. Starting getting ready for the next week, you'll start doing inspections, start taking tests and stuff like that. You'll have your security watch, so you'll stand at the front of the berthing, and every time a chief or petty officer walks in, you got to salute. Good morning, petty officer, seaman recruit, blah, 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 division 1-4, whatever. Security watch, standing by for further instruction. Signs on the side of the thing, don't mess it up, because you can read off the sign. And there'll be a roving watch that just walks around. So the first week or two, it's only 2-hour watches, and then it gets bumped up to 4-hour watches, 24 hours a day. So you might be waking up in the middle of the night after a really long day and stand and watch. So be prepared for that. You might not be getting a full night's of rest. So it's all easy money though. So you're going through your weeks in boot camp, starts to pick up, you start doing firefighting, line handling, all that fun stuff. And then you have like 3 tests. I think you have an initial test and then 2 just regular tests, like computerized tests, like just general questions about like the Navy and like rank and recognition and firefighting. Like, I don't think firefighting is on the test. Don't quote me though. But you get a recruit training guide, has all the answers, has all the questions on the test. Easy day, just study. So basically I'm going through, we're doing inspections. You have like 3 inspections. This uniform, dress white uniform, and your NSU uniform. So make sure you're squared away on that. Make sure you know rank and recognition, general orders, just everything you need to know pretty much. They'll tell you, they'll be questioning you all through the time. So that's a hit you can take on your inspections, and you can only take 3 hits on inspections. So just be ready for that. Just be studying, and you will be solid. Wish I would have studied that a little more, but it is what it is. And then yeah, so you do the inspections and everything. You start doing drill inspections and things like that. You're going to be marching everywhere too, no matter if it's cold or what. And they're going to give you a whole bunch of gear and stuff. You'll be good to go. And they'll tell you what to wear every day. It's easy. It's all about following instruction. So basically, yeah, you just the weeks start flying by. You start doing all the fun stuff. Because at the end of the day, it is pretty fun to like fight fires. Like, they're simulated fires. Like, they're real fires, but they're like contained and things like that. So you do that. A lot of hands-on stuff. Like you do marlin spike, like line handling on the ship. Even though I'm in aviation, I'll probably never do that. Just good traits to have to be a U.S. sailor. So yeah, I remember. It's probably like the 4th week, and our RDC came to us. And he's like, "Oh, I'm glad we're all here. It's time to be a family and talk about family business," or something like that. And he's like, "Nobody can come to your guys' graduations." Oh my goodness! In my division, I was males and females. The crying begun, because you're working so hard. You can't wait to see your family again, and yeah, so they're like, no one can come to your graduation. We're going to live stream it. A couple days later, we're not live streaming it anymore. we're just going to do the drill with nobody in the, because you do like a drill ceremony and everything, with like nobody in the stands. Then it got canceled to no drill, so I was like, dang, that's kind of a bummer. And then people are talking about we might be held there and stuff. You know, rumors start floating through the compartment and everything like that, and you're like, dang. But so yeah, so luckily for me, it was like right when the coronavirus started like breaking out and stuff. So when I graduated in this uniform right here, not my dress uniform, and we were just at the tow line in our compartment. It was nothing spectacular, and we cleaned right after we graduated, so that was fun. But luckily, I got to leave the same day to come to Pensacola, and yeah, so it wasn't too bad. I was excited to get my phone back and things like that. But yeah, so I usually after A school, they're supposed to let you take leave and everything. I'm going directly to C school because there's no military movement unless it's to continue your training pretty much. So that's kind of a bummer. It's been like 5 months or so, and I've like, you know, I've accomplished all this, and I'm like, dang. But that's what FaceTime's for and stuff like that, and it's just preparing me for deployment and things like that. So boot camp was so easy and stuff. Coronavirus is kind of making it like not as easy, I feel like, because I'm in Pensacola right now. I have family nearby. Can't even get off base. So yeah, they're not allowing anybody to leave this base that's in the student commands and stuff like that. So it's probably gonna be like that for a while. If you're joining soon or anything like that, and just depending on what command you go to, the CO is always gonna, you know, make his orders and everything like that. So it is what it is. And orders have been real slow too. I just got my orders like 2 weeks ago, like right after I graduated, and you're supposed to get it while you're in A school. So everything's kind of just postponed and stuff. But yeah, so boot camp is just so easy. It just sucks, like, you know, you're away from your family and stuff like that. But it really did help me follow instructions a little more and help shape me better as a person and be like more squared away as a person. So I'm really glad I joined the Navy, and you know, depending on what rate you choose and everything, I know the aviation field so far has seemed pretty cool, you know, from the sea stories you hear from higher ups. And at this command, we have Air Force, we have Saudi Arabian like type force here, we have the Marines here as well. So you meet people from other branches and stuff like that, and that's pretty cool. You know, you should really be learning other branches' rank and recognition as well, because it's in your your general orders. You know, salute all officers, everything like that. So just make sure you're like studying like Marines, because you're gonna be working around Marines a lot. I see Marines all the time. My instructor for A school was a sergeant in the Marine, and we have a staff sergeant as well. So I didn't really know the Marines rank and recognition, and they have like these little small black collar devices. That's really hard because, you know, in the Navy you will have your collar device right here, or depending on what uniform, you'll have them on here or on your hat or cover. Blame my last, but yeah, so basically just be studying, things like that. I've heard from the, you know, people that are going to boot camp that have came here after me, that they went to boot camp, got quarantined for 2 weeks, that they're shortening boot camp and stuff like that. So who knows what the coronavirus is gonna, if it's gonna calm down and they lift all these orders and stuff like that. We'll just have to see, basically. But I know nowadays school, nobody can leave. Mask at all times when you're outside of your room, or 4 or more to a group or something like that, and you know, maintain 6 feet. If you have any, they have like posters everywhere. If you're experiencing this symptom and stuff like that, report now and stuff like that. So it hasn't really affected me too bad. Miss my family and stuff, obviously, but you know, comes with the job, so can't really complain. You know, I'm getting paid to sit here. I just graduated. That's the thing too. You know, I should have been in California and everything already, but you know, so basically, I'll be taking a flight to California Monday, I believe, and they put me on a commercial flight, so I'm kind of worried about getting quarantined there. But it is what it is, right? So, yeah, I just thought I'd make this quick little video and kind of explain my Navy experience so far and boot camp and how I became a sailor and stuff like that. And, it's just the beginning. Got a 4-year contract. And right now, it's sounding like 4 years, but things will change. We'll see. We'll see if I rank up and stuff like that. I sure hope so. Need that petty officer on there, but I'll probably make another video if this gets views or anything like that. So updates and stuff like that, especially when I get to Guam. So yeah, if you're thinking about joining the Navy, not too bad. Depending on what job you choose, do not choose pack seaman or pack airman or undes or anything like that. Because guess what? You living on the ship and you ain't gonna strike a rate for like 2 years and stuff like that. So I mean, if the Navy's really what you want to do and you don't know what you want to do, it might be a good choice for you. But kind of knew what I wanted to do, so it kind of worked out for me. But yeah, Hoo-yah, Navy. So all right, y'all, be easy.